Would you rather have this or this? We're making homemade dinner rolls today from scratch because I bet you didn't know how easy they actually are, and they taste better. We're gonna start by mixing together 3½ cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of instant yeast. Next, we're gonna mix together the wet ingredients. I have here a cup of almond milk. You can use any milk you want, but I like to keep it dairy-free, so almond milk works really well. The only thing I would advise is don't use rice milk and don't use coconut milk because the texture and the consistency just does not come out right. So to the cup of almond milk, we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of olive oil. You can also use butter, but again, if you want to keep it dairy-free, olive oil works great. And you want the milk to be warm but not hot, because if it's hot, it's going to kill the yeast. Just kind of dip your finger in there. If it doesn't burn your finger, it's good. Or opt for 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. You can also use sugar instead. And the beauty of measuring olive oil before measuring honey is nothing sticks to the tablespoon if you measure the olive oil first. Just a fun little trick for you there. And finally, we're gonna crack an egg. Okay, now we're going to whisk together all the wet ingredients. And now we're going to pour the wet ingredients on top of the dry ingredients and mix everything together. And use a spoon at this point to mix everything together until the flour is well incorporated into the wet ingredients. And now we're gonna cover this and let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes. And that time is going to allow the flour to absorb all that liquid, so don't skip it. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, now it's time to knead the dough. You can do this with a stand mixer, but it's so easy to do it by hand, and it's actually kind of therapeutic. All right, we scraped the dough onto a lightly floured surface, and now we're going to knead it for like 8 to 10 minutes using a folding motion until it's nice and smooth and stretchy. This is the fun part. And after about 8 to 10 minutes, this is what the dough is looking like. Okay, we're gonna put this in a well-oiled bowl for about 90 minutes until the dough doubles in size. And you want to pay attention to the temperature in your kitchen because that's really going to affect how the dough rises. You want it to be warm but not hot, and you don't want it to be too cold either. I actually like placing it in a microwave, just making sure not to turn on that microwave, or placing it in the laundry room actually, which is a pretty warm place in the house. All right, you guys, look at our dough. It has more than doubled in size, and we're ready to go ahead and cut it into 15 pieces and make the dinner rolls. So now the next part is to add some flour to a surface, and we're gonna transfer the dough right to the surface. Now we'll cut it into about 15 equal pieces. And it's okay if they're not perfect. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one of those pieces and you're going to tuck all the sides into the center like so, and then pinch it all together. And then use your hands to just kind of form it into a ball while pinching and tucking at the bottom. And we're gonna take one of these and put it on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper with the seam down. We do need to let these rest one more time for 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover them in saran wrap and let them rest for 30 minutes. They're actually going to double in size in that time. Oh my goodness, look how good these look. They've doubled in size and they look so fluffy. We're gonna take off that saran wrap, and now we're gonna go ahead and bake these in a preheated oven at 375 for like 13 to 18 minutes. And as soon as they come out of the oven, you wanna go ahead and brush them with some olive oil just to give them that beautiful glisten. And while they're hot, it's really going to absorb all of that olive oil perfectly. All right, time to pull these apart to serve them. And look how moist and beautiful they look. I wanna show you guys the inside of one of them. Okay, it's just perfect. You guys, these look so good and they smell delicious. So time for a taste test. I'm gonna take one, cut it in half. Of course, I took the weird one. Okay. Add some butter to it. I'm just waiting for the butter to melt now. Make it beautiful. Okay. I have been waiting for this bite for, let's see, 10 minutes of resting, 90 minutes of resting again, 30 minutes of resting again, and then like 13 minutes of cooking. So I deserve this, I earned this. So good. Look how flaky that looks on the inside. It's super soft, nice and spongy. It has a wonderful texture. It's light and airy as well. And it's just the kind of bread that goes along with any kind of meal. all year long, especially Thanksgiving. If you try this recipe, I would love to hear from you and hear how you made it and how you liked it. And if you really enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube. I'll see you at the next video.